YouTube, it's your boy Quinn Wade, Quinny W20 here, coming to you guys with a quick video on the hottest topic in the NBA, the hottest team in the NBA. Well, not the hottest because they ain't on the highest win streak, but the team with the best record, a team that was on a lot of people #1 power ranking, a team that's finally getting some respect and a lot of credit for what they've been doing. They've been beating a lot of the real only reason why I make this video because the Toronto Raptors have been beating a lot of mediocre teams. Even with Memphis caught with the injury bug, so one like the same Memphis team that's 13-2. A lot of the players was out. This team haven't really been beating no good teams, but they did play against Cleveland. I guess that's a good win because Cleveland was playing like shit. They lost 3 in a row at that point, 2 in a row at that point. Then they ended up losing 4 in a row at the end of the day. So now they back winning. So I guess Cleveland was a decent win. They lost against the Miami Heat, which was surprising that this team was. But I want to let you guys know that the hype is real. Like I said, if you look at them last year, they was pretty good after the Rudy Gay trade. They was winning games. They was in the top 3 seeds. So it's not surprising that they as good as they was, because remember they was good last year. Plus the team added James Johnson, who's a good scorer, a good rotational defender. And then you got Lou Williams, who can come off that bench and get you 15, 20, 30 points like you've been doing. He has spark off the bench. But this team, I don't believe that this is like one of them regular season teams like Indiana, like last year. They set that tone, they set all that shit, and they did a lot of shit early on in the year that made you like, damn, this team ready for a championship. Then they broke down at the end of the season. They still got to the Eastern Conference Finals, but we knew they weren't a championship team when they made it to the playoffs. So this is one of them teams I look at a lot of articles, I look at a lot of other videos, and I see that a lot of teams respecting the Raptors, but nobody picking the Raptors to win the championship. And the Raptors got key problems to me that makes them not on the same level as Chicago and the Spurs. Like, it's like they have good role players that know their role. Like Valanciunas knows his role. Johnson knows his role off the bench. DeMar DeRozan, he's in the game to score and create some shots. Kyle Lowry, he's there to orchestrate the offense, but I don't think he orchestrates the offense as good as he can. But Kyle Lowry is there to set that tone at the point guard. Then you got Lou Williams off the bench to provide a spark and some scoring off the bench. Like, they got their role players that know their role. And they #2 and they second in points points scored. So this team, like I said, with Lou Williams getting 15, 20 off the bench, DeMar DeRozan getting 20, Kyle Lowry getting 17, 18 with 6, 7 assists, which should be higher with all the talent they got on the team. Valanciunas getting 12 points. This team just scores, and they scoring good. But a lot of times they score off putbacks and isolation plays. That's one thing that's going to hurt them in the postseason when it's 5-on-5 defense against like Memphis, against the Chicago Bulls. You seen how the Chicago Bulls beat them. They just turned the ball over. This team don't rely on a lot of team offense. They rely a lot on isolation, come off screens. They shoot a lot of bad shots. They shoot a lot of deep shots they shouldn't shoot. Like Kyle Lowry, he'll shoot a deep-ass 3 when he could just get a better shot. DeMar DeRozan will come off a screen with 2 hands in his face and shoot. And so do Lou Williams. He has just dribble until you get a shot that he want to shoot instead of get the best shot for the whole team. This team collapses a lot on offense, even though they score a lot of points. I think that hurt them down the line in the playoffs. And another thing that I think is going to hurt them is their rebounding. They're 25th in rebounding, but they don't have to rebound the ball that high because they have good scoring. They score at a good rate. They score at a high rate, so they don't have to rebound that high because they score a majority of their shots. So it ain't that much rebounds for them to get since they already knocking down a lot of their shots. They scoring 108 points a game, but when you going against the teams that's going to grind you out, play the whole 24 seconds on defense, and get the rebounds, it's going to help to get Valanciunas, get them putbacks and shit. Like I said, he only averaging 8 because this is a collective rebounding team. They don't really use no dominant rebounding. But they rely a lot on jump shots and a lot of isolation. They like to shoot a lot of jumpers. They like to dribble a lot and shoot a lot of jumpers. This team offense is scoring a lot of points, but I don't think this is gonna trend. Like you seen against the Nets, they was up 3-2, but DeMar DeRozan is so inconsistent. And I'm gonna say this too, you might not believe me, but Kyle Lowry takes a lot of bad shots, and he don't finish in the paint as much as he used to. He's shooting decent from the 2-point shot too this year. He's shooting real good from two, but he takes a lot of stupid shots. Like I said, I don't know what to expect. Kyle Lowry needs to, and him and DeMar DeRozan, for them to carry this team to a title, they need to improve their shot selection, their decision making. And I think that's a huge thing for them to go from a pretender to a contender. And they need to give their other role players better shots instead of jacking up shots and taking contested jump shots and dribbling too much to finally get a jumper, which they do a lot. And like I said, they really need to work on a game rebounding, because 25th in rebounding is bad. But like I said, it's because they score a lot of their points. But if they want to get out there and grind, they need to at least get to 15th, 12th in rebounding. And like I said, one best part about this team, they got good rotations. They got crisp rotations. Valanciunas knows where to be. He knows to keep his hands up. He knows not to foul. I'm liking how they play defense. This team plays very, very good defense. I think they top 10. Let me see. They 7th in defense. I ain't surprised, because I seen the Chicago Bull game, and I seen how they was holding people. They quick on their feet. They know where to be on the floor, and you can credit the coach for giving them a defensive scheme to help them out. So I'm liking what I'm seeing out the Raptors. I think they can finish number one on the top of the East. Like I said, this was one of the best teams last year after the Rudy Gay trade. And I think this season, having a full season together, a lot of more chemistry together, and being together a lot longer, and knowing each other, knowing your personnel, knowing your rotation, knowing your defense, knowing your shots, knowing what your role is on the team, gonna help this team stay at the top 3. I think they can finish number 1, but even if they finish number 1 like Indiana, I don't think this team going to the finals. That's all I'm going to say about it. I think this team can win the whole East, but I don't think this team going to be one of them teams that's going to go number 1 and go right to the finals. I think they're going to get put out in the second, or even if they go against the Eastern, I think they're going to get put out in the second round, or probably Eastern Conference Finals. I don't see them getting to the finals. So let me know what you guys think about the Toronto Raptors. I like what I see. I'm liking the improvements, some of the improvements they made this year, but they still got to improve their consistency, their shot selection, and their ball movement to win the championship. But other than that, they got all the pieces to me. They just got to the coach got to get this shit fixed out. Comment, like, subscribe, and share. Check out my older videos if you're new to the channel. Quinn Wade, Quinny W20, NBA Talk, Hot Topic. Happy Thanksgiving. Enjoy the rest of y'all video. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Hope you guys enjoy the rest of y'all day. Quinn Wade signing out.